Hello out there. Hoping everybody is having an awesome day today. This evening. Hope you guys had an awesome day and still having an awesome evening. Getting through this last part of the rainy weather we've been having for the last few days. This is supposed to be a bright and nice sunny weather this weekend. I'm grateful. So I was in here earlier reading my word, God's word. The first book of Samuel. I'm going back into Samuel, reading him. The first book and the second book. So I'm just started on the first book today, and I'm actually on chapter 3. And I wanted to share about chapter 3, First Samuel chapter 3. And it really got to me because, this is when Samuel first heard God's voice. Didn't realize who was calling him. He thought it was Eli, but it was God. And God began to use him at a very young age. So I'm going to start reading chapter 3, and I'm going to voice my opinion. I guess that's what it is, but speak from the heart and go from there. Once again, I hope you guys who are listening to this will take heed and attach it to your life. Share it with others. Give some feedback if you want. You can call me if you have my number, text me, or you can leave a comment. Okay? First Samuel chapter 3. Now the boy Samuel ministered to the Lord before Eli. And the word of the Lord was rare in those days. There was no widespread revelation. And it came to pass at that time, while Eli was lying down in his place, and when his eyes had begun to grow so dim that he could not see, and before the lamp of God went out in the tabernacle of the Lord where the ark of God was, and while Samuel was laying down, that the Lord called Samuel, and he answered, "Here I am." So he ran to Eli and said, "Here I am, for you called me." And he said, "I did not call. Lie down again." And he went and lay down. Then the Lord called yet again, "Samuel." So Samuel rose and went to Eli and said, "Here I am, for you called me." He answered, "I did not call, my son. Lie down again." Now Samuel did not yet know the Lord, nor was the word of the Lord yet revealed to him. And the Lord called Samuel again the third time. So he arose and went to Eli and said, "Here I am, for you did call me." Then Eli perceived that the Lord had called the boy. Therefore Eli said to Samuel, "Go lie down, and it shall be, if he calls you, that you must say, 'Speak, Lord, for your servant hears.'" "Speak, Lord, for your servant hears." So Samuel went and lay down in his place. Now the Lord came and stood and called as at other times, "Samuel, Samuel." And Samuel answered, "Speak, for your servant is here." Then the Lord said to Samuel, "Behold, I will do something in Israel, at which both ears of everyone who hears it will tingle. In that day I will perform against Eli all that I have spoken concerning his house, from beginning to end. For I have told him that I will judge his house before the iniquity which he knows, because his sons made themselves vile, and he did not restrain them. And therefore I have sworn to the house of Eli that the iniquity of Eli's house shall not be atoned by sacrifice or offering forever. So Samuel lay down until morning and opened the doors of the house and the Lord, and Samuel was afraid to tell Eli the vision. Then Eli called Samuel and said, Samuel, my son. He answered, Here I am. And he said, What is the word? What is the word that the Lord spoke to you? Please do not hide it from me. God do so to you, and more also, if you hide anything from me of all the things that he has said to you. Then Samuel told him everything, and he hid nothing from him. And he said, It is the Lord. Let him do what seems good to him. So Samuel grew, and the Lord was with him, and let none of his words fall to the ground. And all Israel of Dan to Beersheba knew that Samuel had been established